Welcome to this video, the Millionaire Creator Workshop. And in this video, I'll be showing you how to build a lucrative business from your expertise. I know you've probably heard about it before, or maybe this is the first time you're hearing about this. I'm going to break it down for you so you get to understand it more, and then you know how you can start a business from what you already know. My name is Ike Okolie. I'm a digital consultant, and this video is about you and how you can begin to make millions from your expertise. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, these are the first steps. So number one thing you need to know about this video is this is not your regular YouTube video. It is a workshop. So if you are not ready to give at least 35 minutes of your time to watch this video that will open your eyes to new opportunities, then you can exit right now, because this video is not your regular short YouTube videos where you just get tips here and there and then nothing more. This is actually a workshop on its own. Okay, so if you're just watching my video for the very first time, so I need you to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, then turn on your notification bell so that you're the first to learn, or you're the first to know when I upload new videos, so that you can get those valuable videos. Trust me, more valuable videos will be coming your way. So make sure you subscribe, and most importantly, turn on the notification bell. Okay, number one thing you need to know about your expertise is it is a taboo. If you are smart, you are an expert, you are knowledgeable, but you are still struggling, or you're flat out broke, it is a taboo. You can't know all those things and still be broke. And a lot of people know those things, and the reason they are broke is they cannot bring it out. They cannot get people to actually pay them for that thing that they have inside of them, that talent, that gift, that thing that they have inside of them. They can't get people to pay them for it. So it is a taboo if you're in that section. It's a taboo if you're in that section. So you can't be smart, you can't be an expert, you can't be knowledgeable about a lot of things, and then you're still struggling or you're still broke. Okay, so that's it. So understanding how we got here, I want to take you back through some memory lane so that you understand some things. How we got to the point where we are right now as humans, and then by the time you understand where we are as humans, you can then begin to know how to exploit the situation, right? That exploits the situation positively, not negatively now, or not fraudulently, right? So let's understand how we got here. So let me take you back through memory lane. Yeah, maybe not your memory, but of course, because most of us might not have been born, or most of us were not born, or all of us were not born when some of all these things I want to talk about happened. But at least we've heard about them, and then it's good we know, or we refresh our memories about them, then you get to understand it better. Okay, so I want to take you through memory lane. First, we used to have what we call an industrial age, right? And that industrial age brought about some form of revolution. So people used to depend on farming, subsistence farming, where they farm to eat, right? They farm for themselves and for their families. But when the industrial age came, people began to move from subsistence farming to commercial farming. Okay, people began to do agricultural processing, and then we began to have more factories. So there were a lot of factories springing up here and there in the world at that time. Then the coal mines began to boom, because that time the train began to work. So the coal mines began to boom at that time. So the textile mills also, the iron factory also, they were really booming at that time in our world, right? So the richest people in that age, or in that time, were those who had factories, who had coal mines, who had big farms, who had processing factories, who had textile mills, who had coal mines and all that stuff, right? They were the richest people in the world at that time. And many of all the other people actually worked for them, worked for the people who had this factory, right? Who had this coal mines. They were working for them. So they were the richest people in the world. Then the world moved from the industrial age into the scientific age. So the scientific age was the age of inventions and science, right? Where we began to have aircraft, automobiles. So it was the age of invention. People began to invent things. Scientists began to invent stuff. So more inventions were created. Air travel, it was the period of air travel growth, because as at that time, they had discovered the aircraft and they've been able to develop it to some point where it could go round, it could move around. So the richest people in that age, that scientific age, were those who were scientists and they knew the business side of their craft. There are a lot of scientists who just love to create things, but they don't know the business side of it. But in the scientific age, those scientists who were the inventors and who knew the business side of being a scientist, they were the richest people in the world at that time. Okay, and then the world now moved into the scientific age. So most of us, our parents actually grew up in that age. The industrial age never totally wiped out, even till date. The industrial age never totally wiped out, even till date. The scientific age has not totally wiped out, even till date, because people are still inventing. But at the end of the day, they are not even the most popular people again. Like, the inventors are not the most popular. The people who are into factory, all those things, they are not the richest and the most popular people in the world right now. So the world moved again and we got into the digital age. So the digital age is the age of the creators. The age of the creators. The age where you can do business from your bedroom. The age where impossibility is nothing. The richest people in the world right now are actually creators. Now, look at the top 10 richest people in the world right now. You would hardly see somebody who is into manufacturing in top 10. You will hardly see somebody who is into coal mines in the top 10. Even you will hardly see somebody who is just into oil business in the top 10, right? Because the creators are taking over the world right now. The creators are taking over the world right now. So the richest people are the creators. The Google of this world, the Facebook of this world, the Amazon of this world, the Elon Musk of this world, they are all creators and they are taking over the world. So what is the similarities between the industrial age and the scientific age? The industrial age and scientific age was more of power, was more of strength, was more of creating physical things, right? Creating physical things. And most of us, our parents grew up in that age. That's why most of our parents don't understand the digital age. They don't understand what's going on. When you tell your parents you want to start a business in the digital age, they don't get it, right? They don't get it until that business begins to produce. What they understand is the industrial age and the scientific age, right? So when I told my dad I wanted to resign from the bank to start my digital consulting business, he didn't get it. Well, he just told me that, I hope you are not going into scam, right? I hope you are not doing scam, because he didn't just understand it. And no matter how I explained it to him, he did not get it. He did not get it. So I'm going to explain everything to you, because I know definitely you're going to get it. For you to be watching this video right now, then I know that you actually know the stuff, at least to an extent, right? So the digital age is the age of the creators. It's the age of the creators, where you don't have to create physical stuff. You don't have to use power. It's more of brain power than physical power. Yes, the scientific age was also about brain power, but there was some level of physicality to it, right? The industrial age was more physical than brain power. Okay, so now let's move on. Now that we understand this, let's move on to how the digital age is transforming our world. And I'm going to show you that business is easier to do in the digital age than it was before now. Okay, so before now, if you wanted to deliver a message to somebody, you're going to send a letter to the person. So you write a letter, you want to deliver something from somebody to somebody from maybe Nigeria to the United States. You need to write letters, right? So you write the letter, You take it to the post office is going to send it, and it's going to take almost forever for it to get to the destination. So I remember when my last brother was born. He was born in 1995, and my dad was away for an official assignment, and he was away for a while. So when my brother was born, my mom wrote a letter to my dad, telling him that a new son had already arrived in the family, right? And my dad never received that letter. 2 months after my brother was born, my dad came back only to see that he had a new son, right? So, and you can see how the old ways worked. But today, you can send an email, instant delivery, and the person is going to get it instantly. You can send messages, instant messages, instant text messages, right? And that's what the digital age, what that means is that I can start a newsletter, an email newsletter. So imagine somebody who wanted to start like a newsletter in those days, or somebody who was doing a newsletter business in those days. He has to take all those letters to send to his customers to the post office, and some might not even get to the customer, right? But with email, you can send message and they get it instantly. That means business is easier in the digital age, right? So the next thing is the television. So the television, we used to watch television while growing up. We used to watch a lot of televisions while growing up, but right now I can't remember the last time I sat down to watch a television, right? Everything I need, I can stream. Everything I need, I can watch on YouTube. Everything I need, maybe I want to watch movies, I can use Netflix, watch on my phone or watch on my laptop without needing to watch it on the television. So the digital age came and threw the television out. What that means is you can start your own show right now without paying a dime. You can start your own TV show right now without paying a dime. So if you wanted to start, you're a TV person and you wanted to start a show, before the digital age, you need to walk up to a TV, probably write a proposal, pay them. Sometimes they might even reject your show. But today you can actually start a show on YouTube and get a lot of viewers and still have that TV effect to your shows, right? So that's how the world has changed that. So for those who want to start their shows or want to start their shows, you can see that you can start it easily now in the digital age than before now, right? So the next one is radio. Before you listen to radio, I can't even remember the last time I listened to radio. I can't remember the last time I listened to radio. But today, the radio podcast is fast taking over from radio. So you want to start your radio show, you can actually start a podcast free of charge. Well, almost free of charge, because if you were to start a radio station, you're going to spend in a lot on equipment and all that stuff. But with a podcast, you can start almost immediately while spending less, right? While spending less. And then another thing is networking. Before now, you want to meet customers, you want to meet prospective customers, you need to go out there, you need to find events, you need to attend those events and network with people in those events, right? But today, you don't even have to do that. You can meet anybody you want to meet on social media. You can connect with people on social media. You can do business with people on social media. There are so many people I've done business with and I have never met them face to face. And we're doing business from time to time and they pay me good amount of money and I don't get to see them face to face. So you can see the digital age, how it has changed that business, that physical meeting kind of thing. If you want to meet prospective clients, you can meet them on social media. Then physical training, I want to do a physical training, I have to call people into a room, a seminar like thing, call people into a room and then do my training. But today I can do my trainings through webinars. Webinars are just online seminars. I can be in my apartment or my office and people are in their different locations listening to me real time, listening to me live, right? That's what webinars are. You want to have meetings instead of just having physical meetings. I remember when I used to work in the bank, and there are times where we have meetings and we are scattered all over. I can be in my branch, other people are in their branches, and we're having that meeting via Zoom. Okay, so that's digital age for you. And the people who are creating all these products for the digital age are making so much money. Okay, let's look at newspapers. When was the last time you actually picked up a newspaper, a physical newspaper to read? You can get almost all the information you need via your phone, read a blog, or even the newspaper companies are even moving online also. So you can go to their website and read whatever news you want to read. My dad still buys newspapers to read. That's the physical paper to read. But me, I don't do that. I can't remember the last time I even read a newspaper, but I read news almost every day. I read the news almost every day. Okay, so you can see how the digital age is transforming our world. You can see how it's making things easier for us, and you can see how it's easier right now to start a business. So if you have an expertise, you're in the digital age, then you have no excuse for not starting that business you want to start. Okay, so let's move on. So what are the 3 steps to starting a lucrative business from your expertise? The first step is you need to find a starving market. You need to find a starving market. Then step 2 is you need to create a solution for that market. That's how people make money. Then step 3 is you need to create an online sales system to sell that solution to the market. Just 3 simple steps. Find a starving market, markets where people need stuff, markets where people actually, they're starving, they need solution, right? Then you already find that market, then you can create a solution for the market. Then lastly, you need to create an online sales system that will sell that solution to the market without you necessarily being physically present. So people don't really need to see you to buy from you. We are patronizing Facebook, we're patronizing Google every day, and without even getting to see the owner or any other person or anybody who works for those people for that matter. We don't get to see the staff of Facebook, we don't get to see the staff of Google, but we're doing business with them almost every day, right? I pay for ads, Facebook ads. I'm doing business with Facebook and I don't get to see the owner, right? So that's what the digital age has been able to do for us. Okay, so let's break this down one after the other. So for you to find a starving market, there are ways you can do that. There are ways you can use to find a starving market. There's so many things you know. There's so many things inside of you that a lot of people need out there. But because you feel that you're not good enough, sometimes you feel that, because it comes easily to you, nobody's going to pay for that thing outside. But that is a big lie. So one of the ways to find a starving market is to look at the skills or the expertise you have. What are the things you know how to do? What are the things you learned? And you're so good at them right now that if somebody wakes you up from the sleep, you don't need to think about it twice to be able to do those things. There are some people that are very good web designers. Do you know that there are a lot of people out there who want to design websites, but there's nowhere to learn because you're not teaching them. And if you're able to teach them, they're going to pay you for that expertise that you're passing across to them. The same thing with graphics design, the same thing with software development, event planning. You can plan events very well. You can teach other people how to do it. You can create websites, you can teach other people, or you can even charge them to do it for them. So there are different ways you can actually make money. Do it for me, or you teach me how to do it, right? The second thing is your knowledge. Your knowledge is your course of study. What did you study in the university? Did you study medicine? So you studied medicine. You can actually teach people how to be healthy. You can teach people, you can start even a medical consulting business online where people will consult you for what is wrong with them. And then you can prescribe for them based on the consultation. So what did you study in the university? What is that thing you studied in the university? Did you study law? You can begin to teach people about their rights. You can begin to teach businesses about business law, right? That is what you studied, your knowledge. it can also be a way where you can find a starving market. Then the next one is informal education. When my grandfather used to be, my grandfather was alive. He died in 2005. We were very close, so he told me a lot of stories about himself, about his family. So I even know my grandfather more than his children, right? Because I was very close to him. Okay, so he told me a story about his father, which is my great grandfather. The man was very skilled. He had a knowledge, and he could deliver the hardest of labor, and he was very skilled at it. He was very good at it. He had the knowledge about that stuff. But unfortunately, none of his children studied him. None of the children took that thing from him before he died. Okay, so he took that to the grave. But assuming my grandfather actually learned that knowledge, that is an informal knowledge you learn from your home or from another person, your parents, your family members. That is an informal education, right? So it's not a formal education the way you go into the classroom. That knowledge can also form a way that you can get a starving market. I mean, people go into labor every now and then. Why not teach them the right things to do and the right things not to do, to deliver safely, right? A lot of mothers want to deliver safely. Then the next one is your passion and your gift. There are certain things that come so easily to you. Most times you didn't learn them, or most times you decided to learn to become a pro, like singing. Sometimes you're just good at singing, and then you go learn to become a pro. So you have this passion, you have this gift, and then you can pass it on to other people. It can become a product that you pass on to other people, and people will get to pay you for it, right? Then the next one is your experience. What experience do you have? When I got into banking, I used to have this guy that taught me a lot about banking. So it was one that brushed me up when I came in, so that I was going to learn very fast. So after I resigned, he was still there working with the bank. Then after a while, I think he did something. He had a clash with a customer, and the bank had asked him to go. So he was sacked. That's just the long and short of it. He was sacked. But instead of him to begin to cry that he was sacked, what he did is he picked up that experience, that banking experience, almost 10 years banking experience, and decided to start teaching people how to invest properly. So he was teaching people how to invest in the money markets, teaching people how to invest in treasury bills, teaching people how to do foreign investment and all that. Where did he get that experience from? It was from the bank, his banking experience. So it's possible that you have an experience, a place you've worked for a while. That can be your experience. It's possible that you've worked in the bank treasury department for 25 years. The treasury department is the department that does the investment and all those things for the bank. You can come out and teach people how to invest properly based on your 25 years experience. The next one is interest. There are some things that you are remotely interested in. You might not know them right now, but you have interest in them. You have interest in them. So the fact that you have interest in them means that other people might also have interest in that thing. And then you can come up with a market, a starving market around your interest. Then the last one is your story. Your story can be very powerful. It can be bad, but very powerful. So I used to have a client. She got pregnant for a guy. So while she was pregnant, the guy ran away, and she never heard from the guy again. So she was broke, dejected, down, and at some point she contemplated on terminating the pregnancy, but fortunately she kept the baby. And then when she gave birth to the baby, when she was telling me this story, it was a really sad story. When she gave birth to the baby, she said sometimes she wasn't going to eat for 5 days, but the baby was still sucking, right? The baby was still sucking, right? So that was a terrible story, but she was able to get through it. she was able to get through that, and today she's doing quite well. Her daughter, beautiful daughter, is doing quite well. Now what she's doing is she's teaching other women who are in that position to get back to their feet, to get back up despite the drawbacks, right? So that is our own market, that is our own niche. That means there are other women in that market. For her to have gone through that, there are so many other people that must have gone through that. Some might not come out alive, some might commit suicide, some in the process of the abortion they die because of course they might not even do it right. Some are just depressed, right? Some would begin to develop mental issues from there. So now she's actually helping other women to get out of that situation, take their life back, and begin to build their lives from there. So your story can be very powerful. It can be a powerful message that you turn into a product and you sell that product. Okay. So now, let me quickly chip this in before we go into how you can create the solution. Okay. So now there's what we call the big four market, right? The big four markets. We have the business and money market. That's teaching people how to make money in the business, how they can grow their businesses. We have the health market, teaching people how they can live better. Because people, we all want to go to heaven, but we don't want to die. So a lot of people don't want to die, but they don't. So the health market, because people don't want to die, it's a very lucrative niche. Then we have the relationship market. People are looking for, men are looking for women, but they are shy. Why not come in and teach those men how they can find the woman of their dreams without being shy? There are women who are growing old and they've not found a man. Do you have a way that you can actually teach those women how to find the man of their dreams? So there are so many markets in the relationship. There are people whose marriages are crashing. Can you come in and teach people how they can build their marriages and build their marriages again and not make it crash? That's the relationship. Then we have the travel niche. We have the travel. Some people want to go on vacation. Some people want to relocate, especially if you stay in Africa. A lot of people want to leave Africa for greener pastures in America, in Europe. Do you have a way that you can get them into that spot? It's a market. That's a hot market, right? That's a hot market. Okay. So with that said, let's move on. So how do you begin to create a solution? Now we've talked about finding a starving market. We've talked about how you can find a starving market. So how can you create a solution for that market? How can you create? So you can create a solution from products, or you can create the solution from consulting or services, right? So products can be ebooks. Ebooks are just, now this product I'm talking about now, they are digital products. Now digital products are just simply products that you cannot touch. It's not a table, it's not a fan, it's not a chair. They are products that you can only experience. So you get to read them on a digital device like a computer or a mobile phone. So one of those products are ebooks. Ebooks are just books that are written, but they're not physical books, but you can only get to read them on your computer or your mobile phone. So you can create ebooks to solve a problem. So you can see why you don't even have to be Mark Zuckerberg to become a creator, right? You don't have to be Mark Zuckerberg. You can create simple ebooks that solve a problem. Then you can create video courses. We call them online courses. And with these videos, you can also use those videos, talk over your video like I'm doing right now, and then you solve somebody's problem. Then the third one is membership. Probably you are in a market that is always fluctuating. Maybe a market that's always fluctuating. So you can bring people into a membership like the crypto market. You can bring people into that membership and you teach them whatever they pay you monthly, and whatever is new in the market, you get to teach them those new stuff. Then we have webinars. Webinars are just simply live trainings, right? So you're in your apartment, people are in different locations listening to you real time. Then we have audio. We have audio products, right? Audio products are just products that they are not video. People can only hear your voice. So they don't get to see your face. They don't get to see your slide. They only hear you talk. So those are audio products. So I believe you've seen products like this, all this kind of products one way or at one time or at one point or the other. Then the last one on the list is software applications. You use all these applications every day on our laptop, on our PC, and on our mobile phone to use these applications, right? Those are products that you can create, and we call them digital product. Then we go into consulting. Consulting can be coaching program. Coaching programs are just programs that are structured in a way that would help the person taking the program to get results. Okay, so with coaching program is different from online courses, though they have similarities, because it's going to be about videos and learning and implementation. That's what coaching program is about. Then we have digital services, web design, graphics design. All those are services. Then we have consulting packages where you can help people actually get specific results with your consulting, right? So anybody can be a creator in the digital age. Anybody can be a creator in the digital age. So in the digital economy, you are either a creator or a consumer. A creator is simply somebody who creates. A consumer is simply somebody who consumes what the creator has created. So if you are always on Facebook, you're always on Instagram, and you're not making money from the digital age, you are simply a consumer, right? You're simply a consumer. Being a consumer is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but you have to be creating something. So if people are paying, if you are paying other creators, you are on Facebook, you're paying for ads, you're paying for internet data, you are paying for a lot of things. There are some apps that you pay for monthly. There's some apps you pay for yearly. There's some apps you buy and it's one-time payment. Those people who created those apps are creators. Mark Zuckerberg is a creator, and you're a consumer. You're watching this video right now. If you do nothing after watching this video, you are still a consumer. You're still a consumer. So you need to move from being a consumer to a creator. Now, the digital economy is massively rewarding those who can solve real problems through their creations. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a tech problem like Mark Zuckerberg did. It can be a digital solution, a simple digital solution, an online course or an ebook or a membership program. It can be as simple as that. Okay, so now let's look at some case studies, because those case studies will actually make you understand. So the case studies I've put up there in three parts. The first one are real life case studies of other people. The second one are my own case studies, and the third one is out there abstract case study, just to drive home the message. Okay, let's look at Mark Zuckerberg, which is our first case study. He's the owner of Facebook and other tech products. Now, Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook makes over $236 million. Now, that is $1 million every day. Every day they make more than that. And this was based on 2020. That means it's even more than this today, because of course they've grown since 2020 to 2022. Okay. So this is what they make in a day. And why is he able to make this? Dangote, who is the richest man in Africa right now, doesn't even make up to this in a day. But Dangote has been in business longer than Mark Zuckerberg. The difference is the digital age. Mark Zuckerberg is operating in the digital age, while Dangote is operating in the industrial age. That's why the growth, what they make, is so wide apart. Nothing even close, very, very wide apart from what Mark Zuckerberg actually makes. Let's look at another digital creator. We can see this. Her name is Ashley. I read her story, and it was a very sad story. She had been in jail. She used to get into trouble. She used to steal. In short, she was every kind of vice that you talk about today. I think at some point she was on drugs. She got into trouble as many times as she could count. She got into debt also, but she was able to get out of debt. And based on the story of she got into debt and she was able to get out of it, she taught other people how to get out of debt also. Then she created a digital course. This is a coaching program. And in 8 minutes, she did over $1 million. Over $1 million. This is just one person. One person. She did over $1 million in just 8 minutes. In just 8 minutes. By the time this launch ended, I think she had done over $3 million in sales. By the time the launch ended. So you can see how digital creation can actually change somebody's life. Now, this is my own program. I created this program in August 2021. We're in 2022 right now. This program has been making sales for me it's making sales for me regularly. Yes, not every single day, because I'm not even actively promoting it again. When it was launched, the first time it was launched, we got about 100 people that month to sign up for the program. But till date, it's still selling. And what is this program about? It's just helping people who are into the real estate business, showing them how they can market their business properly. So you can see my market, those people in the real estate business. My product is the online course, which is the video course. And I created a sales system to sell this particular program, and it's still selling till date. Till date, we've done about 500 sales of this particular course. Over 500 sales of this particular course. And averagely, it was selling for 20,000 naira. Right now, it's 35,000. But averagely, at some point, it was 15. It moved to 20. It moved to 30. And now it's 35, right? And we've done over 500 sales of this program. Now, let's look at some case studies. These are abstract case study. So there are people who tell me that, I don't think I have anything inside of me that I can turn into a product and then sell that product. That is a big lie from the pits of hell, right? You have something inside of you that you can turn into a product. So this is Nkechi, who just finished studying Igbo language. So for those who are watching outside Nigeria, Igbo is a language in Nigeria. It's a language in Nigeria, and we also study it in our university. But for somebody to study Igbo, that means the person doesn't have a packaged CV, so to say, because where they can actually use that certificate is limited. So Nkechi finished studying Igbo language from the university. While she's seen a certificate as worthless in the labor market, Ada, who is also an Igbo language graduate, has created a Speak Igbo Fluently program, teaching kids who have busy parents how to speak Igbo and making millions from it monthly. Now, this first person has actually given up. Like, I studied Igbo. It's not going to really be all right for me ever because of what I studied. While another person who studied that same thing has created Speak Igbo Fluently program to teach kids. There are kids whose parents are very busy and don't have time to teach them the Igbo language, but the parents actually want them to learn. So this person is now coming in to teach the kids how to speak Igbo. And there are also people who are abroad. They are outside Nigeria and they need to learn. They need their kids to learn these things. You can bring in Ada to teach the kids, and Ada is making millions of naira doing just that. This is also Vivian, if a nutrition graduate who feels that she can't fit in anywhere. Nutrition, where will she work and all that? Anywhere in the society based on what she studied in the university. Then Ifoma, who is also the same food and nutrition graduate, has created a program for diabetic patients on how to use food to get rid of diabetes. So you can see these two people. One is not thinking in the digital age. The other person is thinking in the digital age and creating product to solve a problem. Now, this is a product that's solving a health problem for somebody who has diabetes. Now she's cashing out big time from it. Now let's look at the third case study. This is from a story. Sarah had to wait 15 years in marriage before giving birth to her first baby. Instead of allowing that story to waste, now this is a powerful story. Yes, it was a sad story, but she was able to overcome it. So instead of allowing that story to waste, she has decided to profit from her story by creating a program about how she stayed strong despite the storm and what she finally did to overcome childlessness. So women currently going through this are paying heavily for the solution. So you can see how she turned that story into a sellable product. Then let's look at the last one, which is Mrs. Chika. Mrs. Chika is a retiree living the best time of her life, building businesses in great health and traveling the world. A lot of people are now looking like, when I retire, I want to be like Mrs. Chika. Mrs. Chika can come in as a consultant and create a program that will teach new retirees who aspire to be like her. She will teach them how to live the best time of their life, how to build businesses, how to be in great health, how to travel the world. Right? That's the last thing, the last period they have. Let them enjoy it. So Mrs. Chika can come in and teach them how to do it, how to do that. Okay, so what's next? The next video, which will be on creating your online sales system, is just above this video you're watching. You can just look above, you're going to see the video. So another thing you need to do is make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you subscribe, and most importantly, click on the notification bell so that you are the first to get the information the next time there's a video drops on this channel. The video is going to be coming very hot and it's going to be super valuable. But before we go, it will be a taboo for me to leave you without telling you about my academy, which is the Millionaire Creator Academy. So if you are still fortunate, as at the time of watching this video, if the academy is still open, you can join the academy. The link is right below this video. You get the link and below this video. So what we're going to do in this academy, it's a 6 weeks program, and in that 6 weeks we are going to bring out your inner superpower. So we are going to bring out the market inside of you. We're going to bring out the profitable market inside of you. We're also going to show you how you can create the product. Now we've talked about different products. We've talked about ebook, online courses. How can you begin to create this program? How can you set up your own coaching programs? How can you do your own webinars? Everything is going to be contained inside the academy. Also, we're going to show you audience building, because audience are the people who buy. So now you found a solution. How do you get people that would be that will buy that solution from you? So that's what audience building covers. How can you reach those people online without spending so much doing that? Then we'll also show you how you can launch a new business powerfully as a creator. So now you've created the products. How can you launch that business profitably using the power of the internet? That's what the academy covers. So if you want to get the academy, I'm going to get into the academy. I'm going to leave the link below this video. If you're lucky, it's still open, you can join into the academy. It's not free, but we'll make it super affordable for you to join. But if the academy is closed, you can join the wait list so that you get informed when we open the academy again the next time. Okay, so that's that for this video. If you have questions, you can drop the questions for me in the comments below. Drop your questions. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share and get your friends to see these awesome videos. Okay, so that's that for this video. For the other video, you can click to know how you can set up sales system, which is the third thing out of the 3 things. The first one is you need to find a market, or you need to find a pressing problem. Then you need to create a solution, which is the product. Then you need to create the online sales system to sell the product. So you can watch the next video on online sales system just above this video, and then you can also sign up to the academy and learn everything in depth, because that's the 6 weeks program where I'll be holding you by hand and showing you everything. So I would see you later.